Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss. I'm here with Jessica Clemons, and this is a breakdown of the trailer for The Marvels, the Captain Marvel sequel team-up film coming this November. Jess, what an awesome trailer this was.
I'm obsessed with this trailer. Also, I am a huge Beastie Boys fan, so I was so excited. Do you know how hard it is to use the rights of Beastie Boys songs? You can only use Sabotage and only so many times. So I'm so happy they got Intergalactic. It's so good. I love every part of this trailer.
So we're gonna break down all the Easter eggs, the details you missed in this trailer, the timeline of all these characters, everything you need to know from Ms. Marvel, from WandaVision, from all of it. We got you covered. Let's get started.
Captain Rambo?
What the hell are you doing?
Entering the jump point perimeter. I'm gonna get you some readings.
So the trailer opens on a new space station called the Saber, S-A-B-E-R, not the lost Dunder Mifflin Sabre, but Saber. This is based on the Peak in Marvel Comics. It's a space station for SWORD in Earth's orbit to protect Earth from cosmic and extraterrestrial threats. I wonder if Saber might stand for something like Security Agency, Border, and Extraterrestrial Response. I don't know. It's gonna be some version of that. I'm guessing SWORD launched this after the Celestial Arishem showed up in Eternals, scared the hell out of everyone. And when Tiamat popped out of the Indian Ocean, but looking at the globe there, it doesn't look like there's any sign of him from space, because that little stratosphere popper definitely would show up if they were facing that side of the planet. Now the coordinates are actually in military time, so 3:23 and 12 seconds in Earth EST establishes it as Earth's Eastern time, and the array of numbers and letters are actually Earth's coordinates that were referenced in Captain Marvel when this is called Terra.
And Monica Rambeau, she's perfect, she's everything. I'm kind of dressed like her, I look like her, we're the same person, whatever. Monica Rambeau is the daughter of Maria Rambeau, if you guys remember, the call sign Photon, Carol Danvers' pilot friend in the 2019 Captain Marvel film. In WandaVision though, adult Monica, played by Tiana Paris, returned from the blip to find Maria had died from cancer. Monica returned to SWORD where her mom was the former director and dealt with Wanda Maximoff's Westview crisis that resulted in her getting irradiated by the cosmic radiation of Wanda's hex. Though it was implied that Monica had already been irradiated and she had some bitterness with Carol, WandaVision ended with Monica getting recruited by a Skrull to join Nick Fury, who, when we last saw him, was hanging out with the Skrulls on a different space station in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Far From Home. We'll see how all of this ties in with the Skrull-spiracy of the Secret Invasion.
Yeah, that is coming sooner before this, the Marvels film, so there's a lot to learn there. Nick Fury seems to be overseeing Monica's astronaut program on Saber as Monica investigates this nearby jump point. If you look closely, you can see the hexagonal wormhole grid. This is the UNTN, Universal Neural Teleportation Network. That's the MCU's galactic transportation system. It's created by James Gunn for Guardians Volume 2 and later shown in Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame and Guardians Holiday Special and Guardians Volume 3 upcoming. The trailer uses the Beastie Boys Intergalactic. It's a perfect track for the cosmic crisis these women find themselves in. But in this opening section, all we really hear of it are these detached synthy, these shrieks. Take a listen. I think it works as kind of a warning siren, or maybe like a yelp that punctuates each time these poor women get thrown out of place as a result of their entanglement. It's so fun.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Ah, God, I love it. Okay, one more clip.
Hello?
Monica.
Hello?
Captain Rambo?
Monica floats up to the barrier of the hexagonal wormhole. The scale is insane, but you can see the massive bend of the corner of the hexagon and its other side. It's blue and glitching a bit, like it's malfunctioning. Also, she's doing this rogue because A, Nick Fury is concerned that she's doing this, and B, she's not attached to the space station. Does the jump point have a gravitational pull, or did she just push off of something? Regardless, as Monica gets closer to the jump perimeter, her connection with Nick begins to static, eventually losing each other altogether. All this to say that we can lose communication easily when approaching the UNTN, which matters more now than ever because we're getting into Secret Invasion, which deals with the grounded events and cosmic ones. So we're just gonna be losing touch with people in space all the time.
This is our brave new world. Now, what's really going on here? Well, in the Ms. Marvel series, Kamala Khan finds this bangle that belonged to her great-grandmother, who is a being from the Nor dimension, Nor meaning light. And that was found in a cave on Earth with markings of the 10 rings. The bangle was actually on a shriveled blue hand, blue often being the color of many of the Kree, and we wondered at that time if the bangles, and thus the 10 rings, could come from ancient Kree technology. And perhaps the beacon in the 10 rings in the Shang-Chi post-credit scene was summoning these Kree to Earth right now to claim these relics. And in this film's trailer, a second bangle appears on the arm of the villain, Zawe Ashton, who's definitely playing a Kree accuser, believed to be the Kree general from the comics named Dar Ben. And you may remember Ronan the Accuser from Guardians Volume 1 and Captain Marvel. He was a member of this dynasty of extremist zealots within the Kree Empire called Accusers. Ronan died in Guardians Volume 1, and now it appears that Zawe Ashton is playing his successor. She carries a Cosmi Ra god, just like the one Roman had. These are universal
Yes.
weapons that all the accusers carry.
But also in Miss Marvel's, Kamala Khan used the bangle to create rifts in space-time, a gate to the Nor Dimension, aka the Veil, as well as a portal back in time to save her own grandmother. So these rifts in space-time may have caused a disturbance to the cosmic radiation that fuels the UNTN. There's so many theories. As Monica approaches the jump point, her spacesuit sleeve begins to phase shift into a new wardrobe sleeve with her bare band, showing that the quantum entanglement has just begun.
Yeah, and the close-up of her hand shows vibrant teal and fuchsia cosmic radiation coursing through her fingers, looking exactly like Monica in her spacesuit, pushing through Wanda's hex wall in WandaVision episode 7. Now, we have joked before about the idea of every hexagon in the MCU being connected, but just aren't these connected right now? Like, they are two hexes fueled by neural cosmic radiation that distort space-time. I mean, it doesn't sound that crazy.
It doesn't.
It just seems like between Wanda's hex and WandaVision and Monica pushing through it and what Kamala did with the bangle and Ms. Marvel, all of these have overloaded cosmic radiation throughout the MCU to break the UNTN right here, and resulting in these three individuals linked to this cosmic radiation becoming entangled like this, handcuffed together in a Freaky Friday scenario. Kamala has swapped into Monica's place, Monica swaps into Carol's place, and Carol has swapped into Kamala's place in her bedroom in that Ms. Marvel post-credit scene that we learned that Nia DaCosta also shot. And a little Easter egg back on the saber here. On Nick Fury's desk is the pager that Carol Danvers gave him in Captain Marvel that he used to summon her in the Infinity War post-credit scene.
We love how Kamala is clearly too short to fit into this astronaut suit, and she reaches up her head into the helmet to see Nick Fury, who to her is a celebrity, which people know who he is. This is a bit surprising, okay, because Fury is a more secretive figure, but maybe he came up in Scott Lang's podcast or his memoir. Either way, Kamala is a huge Avengers super fan, so she would know who he is. Her immediate assumption is that this is all a test to join the Avengers. She's been waiting for the call. And also a fun detail, Kamala's enthusiastic tapping on the window glass is what sends her back out to space due to Newton's third law. Monica lands where presumably Carol Danvers recently was at the moment of the switch. She lands on the lunar surface through what looks like a broken purple hexagonal wormhole, one permanently stuck open.
Yeah, and Monica hits the surface wearing a dark uniform with red or orange lining to it. I'm not sure what this is or if or why Carol would be wearing it in the situation she was pulled from, but Monica seems to still have this plastic cord loop hanging from her hip, looking a lot like that cord that was on the side of the Saber spacesuit. But either way, she gets rushed by these soldiers in tall helmets. We're not really sure how any of these people can breathe on a moon with no atmosphere, but either way, their helmets look like the tall angled ones worn by the Kree soldiers in Captain Marvel and those warriors in Miss Minutes animated TVA video in Loki episode 1. Those really could have been Kree soldiers in that past war. Monica teleports away, but the trailer editing makes it look like it's synced with Carol's arrival in Kamala's room, but we think that's deceptive because many of the swaps in this trailer actually seem to be pulling from different moments and different exchanges.
Yes, and also Carol appears in Kamala's room, and it's the exact same post-credit scene we saw at the finale for Miss Marvel, but we do get some different angles of Kamala's room though. Yes, we got a ton of Captain Marvel merch. We see Einstein's theory of relativity exploring the force of gravity in space and time, which is a direct shout out to this entire film. They're all in space. We see her Sloth for her personal YouTube channel, Sloth Baby Productions. We know that Kamala attended AvengerCon and Miss Marvel. She clearly loves conventions just like me. She has different badges for different cons. One is Cape Con. That's the one in the front. The yellow badge in the back resembles the Jersey Con poster at the top. We have a Captain America shield lanyard and Iron Man yellow lanyard. She is just a little nerd. She's just a little nerd like the rest of us. Come back on the channel. Come back on the channel, Mon Villani. This section opens with the opening line of the Beastie Boys Intergalactic. Well, now don't you tell me to smile. Which is don't ever interrupt me like that.
I yelled smile at you. I'm so sorry.
Which ties into this, which is really just perfect for three female superheroes learning to put their frustrations aside and just get the job done. You guys can do it. Intergalactic is the perfect song for this trailer, not just for the obvious title, but the Beastie Boys are a trio who all rap in sync with each other and all shout the final rhyming word together at the same exact time. They sound angry, but they're also just having a blast and they're very fun. There are improv games that use this song to teach performers to be quick on their feet and set each other up. We do it all the time, me and Erik. Similarly, this trio of women have to figure out how to do this exact same thing to share the light.
Yes, and we see the Marvel Studios title card. The one updated for Phase 4 includes Jane Foster from Thor: Love and Thunder, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. Wanda moved to the island of the R, as was the case for WandaVision. But instead of Marvel Studios, it's reversed. Studios Marvel. It only corrects when the purple cosmic radiation teleports into space. Almost as if it's saying things are only right when we go intergalactic. Sorry, I hate myself. Now, we see Manhattan from the perspective of Kamala Khan's home neighborhood of Jersey City. And, you know, I could be wrong here, but towards the left, behind and to the left of the Empire State Building, that might be Avengers Tower. It's been a while since I've been in New York. I don't know the skyline exactly. You New Yorkers are going to call me out. You always do that. So it might not be Avengers Tower, but either way, Marvel seems to have stopped bothering putting Avengers Tower in their skyline. A lot of these things. If they do include it in this movie, it could be a good place to replace that A with QENG, as was the case on that pruned variant of the tower in the TVA Void, to establish the new owner of the tower as the Kang variant of Mr. Griffin, who we were pretty sure showed up in the Quantumania post-credit scene. And the Cotton home front door opens to the full family, returning from the Miss Marvel series, Mohan Kapoor as Yusuf Khan, Zenobia Shroff as Muniba Khan, and Sagar Sheikh as Kamala's brother Amir. There are also 2 men gagged and chained up in their living room. And Monica, you'll see, is wearing that white Saber cadet jacket, and the other's wearing the Saber space station, which seems to be a stepping stone for the outfit she'll be suiting up into later. Its diagonal lines from the shoulders reflect Photon's limitless suit design. And by the way, we assume that she'll go by Photon and not Spectrum, as Photon was her mother's call sign. And in Miss Marvel, Kamala and Bruno complete her cosplay with, in their words, a capital P, Photon gloves that light up.
Oh, damn, that's how she's gonna get her name, is from Kamala. And her mom. I love this. I love this. Keep it going.
I'm a big fan of being my best self and beyond filling my brain with fun things to think about, dogs wearing pants, hamsters and top hats, you know, the usual stuff. I also like to take care of my body. And if you like taking care of your body, you're gonna want to fully tune in because we are going to have one of the best offers we've ever given on this channel thanks to Geology. Geology is an 18-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Oprah Daily, Hypebeast, Birdie, Esquire, and GQ. Geology creates simple and effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you with ingredients that are proven to work. Their products are built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Just take a quick 30-second diagnostic quiz and Geology will create a simple and effective skincare or hair care routine customized just for you with ingredients that are dermatologist tested, proven to work, and personalized to your needs. Geology's got you covered no matter how you're looking to up your personal care game, but right now they are offering a special offer for a skincare sampler pack, which is great because their skincare stuff rules. Geology's line of skincare products can help you fight acne, reduce oiliness, prevent wrinkles, and combat dark or puffy under eyes, have smoother, hydrated skin, and target signs of aging. Personally, I'm a fan of their vitamin C plus E ferulic acid serum, but I use everything else. Geology has co-wash for your hair, body wash for your body, and deodorant for your odors. Whatever you need, Geology has you covered. There's never been a better time to try Geology than right now. For a limited time, use code NewRockstars100 to get 100% off your personalized 30-day skincare sample set. All you have to do is cover the $4.95 for shipping. This is hands down the best deal that is out there, and on top of that, New Rockstars fans get an exclusive bonus offer up to 50% off on an additional skin, hair, and body product of your choice when you add it to your trial. Click the link in the description or go to geolog.ie/rockstars100 to get started.
Kamala thinks this is all about her Avengers initiation, and her first instinct is to ask, did I get in? She doesn't yet know that being an Avenger isn't just a status, it's a crappy responsibility that falls in one's lap as a result of a crisis. On to the next section.
Okay, so our powers are entangled. I can manipulate light energy. And you...
I could totally show you.
No!
Not again!
Hi. Where's our daughter? Wherever you were.
Monica explains to the Khan family what's going on in their wrecked living room. It looks like the 2 tied up men are gone, and Kamala has now changed into a flannel with a shirt showing Captain Marvel comic book covers. The t-shirt is showcasing Captain Marvel issue number 18, which me, Jessica Clemons, could not find that matches the same cover. But issue number 18 of 2019's issue of Captain Marvel, she wields the Cosmic Rod, which we may see later during the fight scene at the end of the trailer. So I think that's just a reference to that.
And Kamala holds a digital dossier of herself with the same file photo of actress Iman Vellani that went around when she was announced as Kamala Khan. I love that they put that in there. Also, you'll notice there's a rolling pin in the rubble on the floor there, making us wonder if those Kree soldiers could have been brought down in part by Muniba just clubbing them with it. So Monica Rambeau's eyes glow purple now, which is interesting because in WandaVision episode 7, we saw that they were glowing blue. And here she phase shifts so that the Kree soldier, who has apparently broken loose in all of this madness, cannot jab her. He just jabs through her. And we saw her do this in WandaVision when she absorbed those bullets that Hayward shot at the boys. Now, sitting at Fury and Monica's feet, you'll notice in the scene is Goose the Flurkin, returning from the 2019 Captain Marvel film. This is a cat-like alien that can devour huge things and store them inside of its body via a pocket reality. Now, Goose was named after Maverick's wingman in Top Gun. It was changed from the Flurkin's name in the comics, which was Chewie.
Kamala demonstrates her powers. She can cast hard light to embiggen parts of her body, create shields and platforms for her to lily pad across. She can do this in part because of the bangle, but also thanks to her great-grandmother coming from the Nor dimension, and the finale of Miss Marvel established her as a mutant. So she has a million powers. This was a retcon of the Kamala's status as an Inhuman in the comics, but the comics creator G. Willow Wilson confirmed that she originally intended on making Kamala a mutant, but Marvel Comics in the early 2010s didn't want to launch mutant characters since Fox then had the film rights to the X-Men. As it goes.
Yeah, thanks, Perlmutter.
Kamala swaps with Carol, who is mid-flight. Carol is frustrated because you never know when it's gonna happen, but this is in a way the best thing for her character because otherwise she'd be powerful enough to do anything by herself. This forces her to learn how to cooperate and work in a trio, kind of like the three Peters did in No Way Home.
All right, let's move on to the next part. Okay, so the editing here makes it seem like Kamala went straight from the living room to this quarter of the ship, but now notice she's wearing her Ms. Marvel suit and Goose is with her, which doesn't really make sense because Goose isn't entangled. So I think this is another example of the trailer's tricky editing. Since Carol was flying, Kamala actually swapped in to be in the middle of the air, falling to her death, which we see later in the trailer when Monica swoops in to save her. So this scene comes during a different part of the film, and Goose devours 2 Kree soldiers, and Iman's reaction is so good. And yeah, another soldier runs up behind them, and we gotta assume Goose is gonna eat him too. Nom 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 nom. Okay, here we go Intergalactic. A ship buzzes past an asteroid belt or a ring of this green-colored planet, and Carol and Monica look completely comfortable, but Kamala totally freaked. Now we assume this is Carol's ship, even though she wouldn't need one, you would think, but she actually does. We'll talk about why later in the trailer. But notice this, I love this. Monica is wearing the 9-inch nail shirt, the NIN shirt that Carol wore in 1995 in the previous movie. It's kind of like a Ragnarok where Thor and Banner were on the Quinjet and Banner wore Tony's clothes. And they're moving on to this new location of the MCU. They actually filmed this in Tropea, Italy, on the east coast of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Finally, the MCU has crossed over with White Lotus, and we are here for it. But the town doesn't always look like this. They've added via VFX these landing pads and a curved pointed building on the right, which kind of feels like Kree architecture, maybe another part of Hala or one of their colonies. But since Park Seo-yoon's character has been named Prince Yan, this could be Ladmia, a planet visited only briefly in Captain Marvel #9 from 2014. This planet's pretty interesting because every person speaks in rhymes. Yeah, those Beastie Boys are coming back this time.
Smile!
Now I know how it feels. And what's interesting here is before Prince Yan becomes king of this planet, men have no freedom of choice on this planet and women choose their mates. Ha ha.
I gotta go. We get our first shot of Monica in her black and white classic photon suit, and she looks great. Unlike the star worn on Maria Rambeau's Captain Marvel suit in the 838 universe, Monica's emblem is more of a shooting star or a comet. In part of the Saber station, Kamala uses her Nora light to defend against an attacking Kree soldier while Nick Fury scrambles for cover. Though the scenes are hard to follow in the trailer, Kamala was in her suit when she swapped with Monica, so this scene could be right after she just met Nick Fury. Immediately the ship was under attack. It could be that the Kree has the signal to the bangle. There's a vibrant dance in the streets of this new planet, and I am going to be there soon. Carol tries to mask herself under some insane jellyfish headgear while Monica and Kamala walk behind her. In the wider overhead shot, Carol has lost the hat, but Kamala is just letting loose, baby. Kamala's just letting loose, baby. She's there to join in on the dance, just like Shiv at Kendall's 40.
Now, if this is Ladmia, we could be looking at a courtship ritual where women roam around to take their picks at the available men, which could explain why Kamala has no reservations about going full out like this. Now, back on the space station, Fury shouts to the other Saber cadets, shields up, likely prepping for the Kree attack that they're coming under, but there is some wordplay here because sword is, in essence, what happens when shield goes up. I hate myself, but cheering me up is a whole litter of Flurkin running down the stairs, and we know it's Saber because of those 6-beamed windows and the central spire structure in the distant background, but think about it, a whole legion of Flurkin is really all you need to defend a planet. And then in Ladmia, Ashton's character marches in with her Cosmi Rod, again, just like the one Ronan had, but these are considered sacred universal weapons that all Kree accusers wield, and behind her, interestingly, is another Kree accuser zealot with headgear very similar to Ronan's, but she looks like a priestess, so it seems like they're mission will be to follow in Ronan's footsteps to cleanse, to purify what they believe are the Kree Empire, but perhaps under a matriarchal power hierarchy. And on to the final part.
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
Our three Marvels team up. Monica out front, Carol on the left, and what looks like a new suit carrying a staff? Hard to tell, but Carol may be using Ashton's Cosmi Rod in this 3-on-1 fight scene, or a broken version of it. The three now confidently use that entanglement to their advantage. Ashton's character blasts Kamala with her bangle. Kamala raises her shield, but it disintegrates as she swaps into a Marvel who doesn't have the power. Monica, who uses her photon powers to blast Ashton. Ashton blocks the blast, and Kamala, now behind her, hits her with the Embiggen fist. Bam! Bam, bam, bam. Embiggen, smile!
Now, a question you might have is, why doesn't Carol just go binary and end this? Well, maybe her entanglement leaves her power down in this movie, which is why she would need to manually pilot a ship instead of flying around independently in space. This would kind of be the classic second movie in the superhero trilogy structure, or at least the best of them, like Raimi's Spider-Man 2 or Captain America Winter Soldier, where the hero loses their powers or their status a bit and gets forced out of their comfort zone, and it forces them to prove to us what heroism really looks like. And after Carol and Monica insist that they aren't a team, the final title card suggests otherwise, combining all three of their insignia, Monica's emblem of the A, Kamala's swish of the S, and the text of Marvel with the same lens flare from the 2019 Captain Marvel title. This trailer was fun. I'm excited for this movie.
I also just realized, yeah, maybe she's not, she's flying the ship because she keeps getting traded in the air with someone that can't fly, with Kamala.
Oh, right.
So it's like
just
to be
keep them from
safe.
suffocating.
Yeah, just in case, we'll just appear in the ship again. We won't appear in the middle of space.
We will all stay in an oxygenated, pressurized container. We're not gonna risk it. Just immediately their heads pop when they go out to space or cave in and freeze and die.
I wonder, that scene has to happen, and they're probably they're like, look, you're not gonna die in space on us. That's insane.
I mean, I think that's why Kamala Khan's so freaked out in that chair, like, please don't swap, please don't swap.
No one used their powers. No one move! Nobody move!
So thank you for watching this. Be sure to subscribe to our new channel, The Deep Dive. You can watch my live stream discussion about this trailer, where I didn't catch a lot of this stuff because I was very tired. You can support our growing network by grabbing something from our merch store, nerdriot.shop. I got something from the Deep Dive collection, but we got a ton of great stuff, especially for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie coming out. Oh yeah, the Does He Know Me mug. I think my favorite thing you can get on the shop. Subscribe to New Rockstars here on YouTube on all social platforms. You can follow us on social media at Lulu_Clemons, at EA Voss. Thank you for watching, and don't tell me.
Don't tell me. Smile!
Smile!
I'm leaving!